Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream! I was about to start off by saying it's gonna be a short stream today or something, but then I'm like, I actually have no idea how long it's gonna last, because I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to complete the shot we're working on today. So instead I will say, hello, our goal for the day is to finish one specific shot of the video. I'm probably gonna work on my second shot of the day after stream, but that's the goal for the day. We're gonna work on a little good old Christmassy SpongeBob shot. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all in chat, by the way. Thank you. I'm so tired. I saw somebody saying that they wanted to go to bed. I feel a little bit of the same. Oh my gosh. Days are going good. Days are going good. I was up late last night finishing up shots. You know, like it's always tough to be working until you go to bed, and I had like maybe half an hour between finishing work and going to bed, but back at it again. Today we're going to be working on, let's see if I can switch over my screen here. My screen can be swapped over. I've not played Call of Duty Black Ops. Well, I might have. I don't own the game, but I might have played it at a friend's house back in the day. Is 4 an older one? I probably would have only played older Call of Duties. I played the one that had the zombies. Which one was the zombies one? I've played that, and that one was really good. That was 3. You're watching this in bed? Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Wish I could. But yeah, I'm JChase Sleepy today. I'm JChaseFilms. Nonetheless, we're gonna do this shot here, which is a really cool, like I filmed basically a documentary shot. Oh, the music is very loud. I'm gonna mute that for a second. So we got this shot here. I'm walking through. We have to add SpongeBob and Patrick. And the real piece de resistance is we are going to make this a candy cane forest. That is the goal. So, very first thing is I'm going to delete the fade. And we're going to open this in After Effects. Cool. We'll let After Effects open that. You have a sound... you have a playlist. I will potentially look at that playlist later. Don't think I could switch over to it at the moment. Did I open this in the wrong folder? No. Why is it? Oh, because I'm in the search bar. All right. I don't think we're gonna know. Sandy Cheeks is not currently in the Christmas special. I don't think there's a way that we can add her very quickly. Yeah, it's one of those things where we love these characters, but it's really easy to not include them. It's a lot easier just to do the SpongeBob and Patrick combo and then just be like, yeah, we got a video, and that's like the main characters that you need. It's harder to fit, because I wanted to do, the original idea for this video actually had a moment that was going to include Mr. Krabs, where because it's a snow day, he went to go to the Krusty Krab and shovel the snow out of the way just so the Krusty Krab is open anyways. And that was going to be a funny little joke, but that's not going to be in the final video, so... I don't know why it's so tough, but I think it's just because there are these extra characters and it's hard to jump away from them when we're doing such a, like, 3-minute video. If we were making 11-minute, you know, TV episodes, we definitely would have included more characters. Because we would have needed it by that point. We would have needed more characters to tell more stories. I have seen the alphabet lore thing. I've seen a little bit of it. I'm aware of what it is. I haven't seen it like fully in its series. And earlier in the chat, you were saying that you're gonna make your own version. I like that. That's cool. That is very cool. Yes, I saw you said you were gonna do a claymation as part of your video. You're gonna do a Christmas video of some sort, and that is very cool. I love that. I think claymation is the one thing that I really haven't done. I've done stop motion, but never with clay. Clay is tough because you kind of have to have the right kind of clay if you're gonna do a stop motion with it. Like Play-Doh is very tough to work with. Play-Doh is not good for claymation. I don't even know what. I guess you have to get actual clay because you can buy that. It's just like sturdier, and I feel like that's probably what you need to get. I'm trying to find my image. I've got candy canes. I'm gonna go ahead and plop into the scene here. I have to actually save it. Let me download my images of candy canes, and I'm going to name it Candy Canes. I'm gonna put it in the textures folder, and it's gonna be saved. And there we go. Candy canes. That might have been, looks like a really low quality image. The release date of Halloween episode is 2023. It's being delayed a full year. Unscramble the sentence. Are the letters in the right words? It doesn't look like they are. I can't. No, it is in the right word. Okay, so think of Batman. Yeah, it looks like Batman because it's a capital B. Then there's a capital P in the next one. What? Nope. Nope, I can't figure out those last two words. Oh, I love that, Bevo. That's great. That's a great art style. I love that idea so much. LMNOP is a classic letter group in any sort of like. Oh, Katrina showed me a bit ago. Somebody had a great meme on their car because they had like a Nissan or whatever Element, and the T fell off the Element on the back of the car, and so they had LMN, and they had a little like magnet that said OP, and then their license plate was, no, was it? Yeah. Yeah,
you're right.
The license plate was the rest of the alphabet.
QRSTUV.
Yeah, QRSTUV was their license plate. So it was LMNOP, QRSTUV. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they went the extra mile with their whole car, like, license plate joke.
It was good though.
Chat will not stop. What are you talking about? Chat is here to chat. That is what chat is for. Let's look for some stock footage because I need candy canes. So let's go film resources to story blocks. I need candy canes. Peter Pan? I don't know Peter Pan characters. I mean, Captain Hook is... I don't know. Candy cane. I have no idea if this website will have what I need. No, I don't need, like, candy cane, like, texture. Why is there not... Oh, this is... It's got a ribbon on it. That's not gonna really help. I just need, like, a candy cane on its own. Also, I could look up images. They made candy cane using tomatoes and cheese. Ew. It's gross. Look at this stock footage. I'm trying to open it. It's taking forever to open link in new tab. Okay. It's a candy cane of horrible. Look at this star made out of cheese. What is up with this savory Christmas stuff? This is so weird. I hate the cheese star. Cheese star is my my least favorite Christmas food. Thank you very much. All right, well, let's look at images instead. Images isn't going to go well on this website because this website has a lot of like graphic, you know, like clip art. I don't want clip art. I want a real candy cane, but we'll try candy cane. Doubt it's gonna work. Doubt it's gonna work. I've not heard of that. Well, I've heard of it, but I mean, like, again, I don't follow the FNAF series very closely. I like how this is the exact same as the video clip here.
Wrong white guy with brown hair. Go ask Matt Pat.
Alright, I appreciate Poland's. I have not seen... I've seen, like, one episode of the Patrick Star Show. It's interesting. Oh, look! Oh, candy canes! Actual good candy canes. Without a ribbon on them. Okay. I think I could use that. I could probably get away with using that. I don't know if I like the lighting, but I think also we can fix the lighting ourselves. So we're gonna open this one, we're gonna open this one. And then maybe this one on top. Yeah, let's go with these. Also, look at this horrible, there was a very bad interpretation of a candy cane here. Candy canes don't work like this. Look at the, where'd it go? Look at this graphic design. Where they just put the lines straight up and down. That's not how candy canes are made. You would have to try extra hard to even make a candy cane like this. You'd have to have like a candy cane mold and just pour like layer. This is weird. But let's go ahead and get our real candy canes downloaded. My favorite flavor of candy cane is probably just straight up original, you know, like whatever this is, spearmint or whatever. Not spearmint. I guess this is just, what is this called? Peppermint, thank you. Yeah, I think original peppermint might be my favorite. A a lot of the other flavors are a bit much. Like, I've had a lot too. I actually, this isn't just me like being like, oh, I've never had the other ones. I've tasted like the like sweet, like, you know, Smarties flavor, or yeah. I've tried lots of candy canes because I like candy canes. But I've tried like all the sweet, like, you know, green apple stuff like that. They're good. Okay, I don't dislike them, but they kept the wrapper on this. Why would you keep the wrapper on the candy cane? This photographer is just like, I gotta return this candy cane later, so we can't remove the wrapper. It looks so bad. Well, we're gonna still download. Well, I guess we already did download it, but I guess we're gonna keep that just because it's at least a different kind of candy cane. Why'd they keep the wrapper on when taking a photo of it? No, a fourth SpongeBob movie. Another thing to. Okay, nice. I did not know that a fourth SpongeBob movie was in the works. Did they keep the wrapper on this too? No, it doesn't look like they kept the wrapper on that one. Christmas tree, yes. We just got our Christmas tree. Just last night, we went and got a real Christmas tree from a classical Lowe's. I opened it up.
No matter where we got it from.
But it's a good tree. It's a nice tree. It is in our living room. Yes, fits in our living room very nicely, and we're going to be decorating that whenever we get time.
We have to let the branches fall down.
Yeah, the branches gotta go down. They're up right now. They're still like as if it was in a bag. Yeah.
But not enough.
All right. And I guess we'll just go ahead and I gotta find these images. That's the weird thing is I don't know why when I have my browser settings to when I download an image, it's supposed to ask me where it downloads to, and then it just chooses not to. It's just like, oh hey, I'm gonna download wherever I want to download these images, and so I think it downloads like straight into the main directory of my download folder. Yeah, it just goes straight into my download folder, which is not what I want. That's not what I want. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and copy these and bring them into our other folder. So, boop-a-doop-a-doop. I have not played many jump-scaring video games, but I did on stream at one point play VR Five Nights at Freddy's, and that was really fun. It was the first time I've ever even played Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never played it. I've only seen, like, you know, 10 years ago, I remember watching Markiplier when I was a kid, and, like, Markiplier would play it, but I have never actually played Five Nights at Freddy's myself, and decided that, you know, the VR version would be the first version I've ever played of it, which I'm happy I did. I'm happy I did play that one first, because, wow, was that just, like, all at once jumping into the scariest version I could. It was great. It was really great. The craziest part of it was the fact that the two door buttons in the original Five Nights at Freddy's, you have to physically reach over to press. Like, I'm sitting in my chair, and the door buttons were just far enough that, like, you actually had to stretch to reach them, which gave you a bit of a delay. Like, if you were playing on the computer, it was kind of like just a mouse click, so that would have been quicker. There was a bit of a body delay when you're hearing the sound effect, and you're like, oh crap, you gotta reach over physically in real space. That was very fun, and also the only jump scare game that I've ever played. I might have played Slenderman back in the day when I was a kid, but I don't really remember it. So, yeah, but that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and just decorate this forest with a candy cane forest. I don't have any idea why that has anything to do with the regular Batman. At all. Alright, so we've got this in the background. I'm wondering if we can use these, like, candy canes in the far background, and then use some of our HD, super big, oh, that's very HD. These are HD candy canes closer up. I don't know if I even want to use these, because I feel like they're not going to have good shading compared to... These look a little bit better. These look like they're in more natural lighting. I like this a lot. Alright, so this is the part where I just cut out some candy canes. And I continue to talk to you guys if you guys give me interesting things to talk about. Merry Spongemas to you too. Penguins of Madagascar, I did watch back in the day. I probably don't need to go this low on the candy cane because it's going to be in the snow, but nonetheless, I'll just go up here now. Penguins of Madagascar was very fun. I feel like when it comes to shows like that, I much prefer, I mean, the movies, but I mean, obviously that's expected, right? The movie has bigger budget, a bit more of an intensity put behind it. But yeah, I really like the Madagascar movies a whole lot. But considering, you know, Nick movies that turned into shows, I think Penguins of Madagascar is my favorite Nick movie that became a show. My least favorite might be Camp Coral. Yes, this is definitely a basically elf reference, is this whole Candy Cane Forest bit. I even know... The Candy Cane Forest and Elf, though, they kind of have much more of a stop-motion style, too. I really love how Elf does that, how they make the North Pole just be the stop-motion wonderland of, you know, like, Rudolph movie and stuff. Love that so much. Recently saw a bit of the movie Elf while we were at our Thanksgiving family party. It was just on television, which is like the first time I've seen cable television in a while.
I don't know why they have.
We don't have cable television. We are millennials. We grow up in the internet age. We have YouTube. That's all we watch. Who needs cable? I literally only see cable. Like, I only ever watch sports when I'm at like a person's house who's older than me who watches sports. But I get into sports. I actually will enjoy sports when it's on someone else's TV. I never choose to watch sports on my own. Football is my favorite sport. Gosh, I don't even know what else. Because football is just so exciting in that you've got everybody running all at the same time. You could say that same thing about soccer, but I'm not as interested in soccer because I guess you can't tackle in soccer. I'm very American, can't you tell? But being very American, I actually don't like baseball. They said that's America's pastime or whatever, along with apple pie or something, which I don't even understand that. I feel like almost nobody that I know actually likes apple pie for it being the American, like, apple pie. Like, they quote that. It's not even technically. I feel like apple pie is German. Doesn't it feel like that would be a very German dessert?
It does feel.
But nonetheless, people say that. I don't think I know anybody who actually likes apple pie, besides the fact that I did at one point.
I like apple pie.
You like apple pie?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I know somebody who likes apple pie. Yeah, it is a shame that they. I mean, I want to see definitely more classically done animation mixed with live action stuff in film. You know, like they had the Chip and Dale movie, but that one was like 3D animated, and they faked it to look 2D. That's not really the vibe that you want, you know. We want to see. I want Steven Spielberg to do another Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's what I wanted to see, and have it do classical animation, at least 2-dimensional. It doesn't have to be traditional. It doesn't have to be done on paper. Although, who boy would that look good?
Oh boy, he said.
But even just flash animation like we do, even that would be awesome. I hate the 3D animation style and making it, you know, toon shaded. It just looks so cheap. They did the same thing with the Tom and Jerry movie. The Tom and Jerry movie was just another, you know, 3D animation which they made look 2D using cell shading. It just doesn't look good. You can tell it's 3D. I've not seen Halloween Kills. Dale had the CGI surgery, but he was still 3D. He just looked 2D because they shaded the 3D model that way. You could tell with the way he was rotating, he was not a 2D character. He was not drawn by a human being. He was created by science. By computer technology. Not that what I'm doing isn't also made by computer technology, but sometimes we draw. You see on our streams, sometimes we draw. Heck, most of the time when I'm streaming, I'm doing something that needs a custom drawing. Alright, that's 2 candy canes right there. I don't know why, like, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the lighting. It might just be that this one is shaded, like, opposite from what I want. So if I flip it... No, it's just that these aren't lit the same way that I would hope they were. So...
It's lit, yo.
Is lit, yo. It's crazy that these 2 candy canes were in the same photograph and they looked like they're in drastically different lighting. That's really weird. Milk or dark chocolate? Oh, I definitely prefer dark chocolate.
No.
I enjoy milk chocolate though. Like, I'm not a milk chocolate hater, but milk chocolate makes me feel sick, and dark chocolate doesn't.
White chocolate makes you sick.
White chocolate makes me feel sick too, but I actually like white chocolate more than milk chocolate.
White chocolate messes you up.
I like milk chocolate only when it's mixed with other things, like peanut butter or something like that. Like, I really like milk chocolate in those, like, candy, you know, mixed things. But even when I say that out loud, I realize that a dark chocolate Reese's is so good. I like dark chocolate. It's good. But not like super dark.
Dark chocolate though.
I did. I grew up with parents who were like, "Yo, dark chocolate's the healthy version. You should eat that instead."
Right.
And so, yeah, I got used to dark chocolate because that's just what we had in our household. But yeah.
We were milk chocolate purists.
No, there's some milk chocolate that I really love still, but then again, every time I think about it, it's combined with something else. Like M&M's. Love that, but it's got the candy shell. And that candy shell changes the taste a lot.
No, I'll agree with that. It's what you're used to.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm less of a purist on the dark chocolate when it comes to mixing other elements of the candy, I think. Which is true when it comes to like Kit Kats or when it comes to Snickers.
Yeah.
Benson from Regular Show, that's their boss, right? The
You just like eating, let's be real.
I do like eating. Eating is good. Eating is fun. Eating is it keeps you alive. Let's call it that. Ferb Squidward? I don't know. I can't even physically imagine what a Ferb Squidward art would look like. I don't follow that in the slightest.
Yeah, that's,
Those character designs don't match up. I feel like if I were to do a Phineas and Ferb style, I would match Squidward's body with like Doofenshmirtz's body.
yeah, no, for sure. And pointy nose, triangulated head.
Yeah, you'd have to go because their show is very angled, and Squidward ain't no angles.
Yeah, I mean their show is very specific.
Yeah, their show is
Their show.
based off of triangles and squares, which does not work with it. You got your kitty cat, nice. Love that. Love to hear that.
Cat. Where's mine?
I'm just gonna fake the snow down here on the bottom. It's gonna look bad, but hopefully it won't. That'll be my motto here. Boo, 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 boo. All right. Yeah, look, currently looks bad, but maybe if I feathered a bit, it'll look more realistic. Oh, maybe more. Maybe more. Just keep doing it until it looks good. Yeah, that looks okay. It's fine. I realize that I think it's just the color grading too. This candy cane is more contrasty than the real environment is. So we're gonna brightness and contrast over here. Ooh, and I know what else I can do. So we're just gonna bring down the brightness and the contrast. Really just make it gray. That's a gray candy cane right there. Maybe brighten it up. Gray it out, brighten it up, maybe desaturate it. Saturation? Hue and saturation. Yes! So that is a wonderful question about which candy from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Was the sequel called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? The one with Johnny Depp? So the original one was Willy Wonka? Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. So the sequel was called Willy Wonka, I think, and then the original was called Charlie. I have seen both. I even like both. There's a lot of people who like be very pick and choose on which one was better. I can't like. It's hard. The old one just has a classic feel, and the new one has a newer feel. Like they're entirely different takes on the whole storyline. So, but when it comes to which candy I'd want to try, that's a tough one. Cause oh man, there's so many cool candies. It's a wonderful question. I'm really trying to figure it out. I feel like I would want to try. It'd be scary, but I'd want to try the freaking chocolate bar that got sent to the television. Like a teleported chocolate bar. What's that? Like, is it gonna taste any different? I feel like I'm gonna get radioactive poisoning if I eat that. But there's a temptation there. There's like a that has to be interesting, right? But no, not really. I feel like that would also just be chocolate. So probably what I'm doing also is adding a glow to the outside of this candy cane right now. I don't know. I feel like A lot of those candies actually aren't very appetizing to me. I'm thinking about the Gobstopper, and I'm like, I don't want to have something that's just causing me to salivate for hours, because the whole idea of the Gobstopper is like the flavor never goes away. I don't want that. Maybe, obviously, if it wasn't broken, like the Veruca, not Veruca, no, Violet. The thing that Violet eats, the 4-course meal, that would be interesting. Which I think also was a Gobstopper. I don't remember if that was a Gobstopper or not, but it was a gum, yeah. So, yeah, the having regular savory food in a candy would be weird, and I'd want to try it just to taste like what would a turkey dinner taste like if you were chewing gum to taste a turkey dinner. That sounds so weird, and I feel like that would be the one I'd want to try. Not because I think it'd be good, but because I think it would be an experience. So yeah, that's my answer. Filthy Frank's characters are wild and crazy, and I haven't really seen a whole lot of them because of that. Like, I've seen a little bit of it, and they're just too shock humor for me. I'm just like, okay, they're a bit out there. I've seen some of the memes too, like people will post like the kind of quotes that he's done, and they become like GIFs and stuff. I don't know. He's also, isn't he also a, like, Filthy Frank also is a regular musician. It's like Uji or something, right? What's his regular musician name? And like people who find out that he's also Filthy Frank get like really upset. Cause isn't Filthy Frank the pink outfit guy? Pink tracksuit guy? I think all those are part of his different version of his different characters he's got. Alright, let's see if this glow actually looked good. I'm not sure if it did or not. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna duplicate this, make this mask go away. Alright, so side-by-side comparison. This is without the glow, this is with the glow. Oh yeah, the glow adds a whole lot of just like, it makes it look like it's actually outdoors a little bit. It's still like too bright. Maybe I just need to make the footage a little bit more saturated. Maybe the footage is not matching. Alright, we'll bring the saturation up. Maybe brightness and contrast a little bit. Because the candy cane is still too vibrant. How's that? Also, I like how this shows that I don't really have to worry about the shadows for all these candy canes, because I'm not casting a real shadow. Okay, Joji, that's his real, thank you. See ya, have a good one, Bevo. Whoa. Okay, what just happened to my screen? Huh? Okay. I accidentally pressed Control S, but I did it on the YouTube browser. So that's one candy cane. I don't know why the black edge is still happening here. I'm trying to get rid of this black edge. I love video game music. I listen to this kind of stuff. Not this exact playlist, but I do listen to video game music even when I'm just working on my own. Like, video game music is how I get through work and make it fun. Video game music makes me feel like, oh yeah, it's a video game, woohoo, you know? I can't imagine the people who have to work at places where they don't let them listen to music. Because for me, music is what lets me get through, like, the whole work day and feel pumped about it, you know?
What do you mean where they don't let them listen?
Like Amazon. Like, at the Amazon warehouses, like, you're not allowed to listen to music and
That's
stuff.
dumb.
It's so dumb. It's like...
But then you have... Amazon is a whole other thing. I hate it when you have a cashier who has a freaking AirPod in. That irritates me.
Sure, I mean, if you're talking to people and yeah, I can see customer service,
Yeah.
listening to music. That's a little bit of a different thing, but
Or like as you're getting your bags off the thing at Walmart and they just immediately start texting on their phone. I think that's really rude.
yeah,
I'm with the boomers on that one.
you're
That's
with the
rude.
boomers. That was so much meow. How are you
No,
doing?
it's-
She just like Luna walked in and she went.
That's exactly what she did. What a good replication.
I'm probably just gonna skip Filthy Frank videos. I'm not gonna watch them. Like, they're not my style of humor and whatnot. Okay. I'm wondering if I need to add a shadow at all, because I feel like, oh gosh, see how dark I am? I don't know if a candy cane, like, guys, okay, what's the science? What's the light science if a candy cane is this giant? Would it have a shadow? Let me try to make one really quick and see if it's gonna look okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and brightness down a whole bunch. And then try to do this. Candy cane science. I feel like if a candy cane was this big, it would actually start being like translucent. Like you could kind of see through it a little bit. I don't know why I think that, because a regular candy cane isn't. Alright, does that shadow improve it? It kinda does, but I don't like it at the bottom. I feel like the snow reflection should prevent the shadow at the bottom. Which, by the way, the snow reflection is the weirdest part about shading the cartoon characters in this video. It's really weird to have to shade, like this is, look at, can you even figure out where shadows are on me here? Putting shadows on cartoon characters is so difficult when, like, there's barely any shadows on the real human, like under the arm and on wrinkles, but it's really hard to actually pinpoint shadows. A chipmunk, that's cute. Benson Squidward would actually work better, because Benson already has like the low nose, right? Yeah, like Benson Squidward would be doable, absolutely. All right, is that? Yeah, I like the shadow. The shadow looks good. I could maybe drop down this reflection like past a little bit. So we're gonna animate SpongeBob and Patrick into it. I think we're gonna have one of them walking with Jonathan, and the other one's gonna be standing in front and like using binoculars and like looking around. So that's what we're gonna have for the cartoon animation. I was just kind of building out the candy cane forest first, because I thought that would be a yeah. Boop 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 boop. 3? Oh, okay, so it's a 30 frame. Okay. I mean, if you send it, that's fine, but I'm just not gonna watch it. I have made my ruling. I'm just really, yeah. Especially when it comes to reacting live, like, I'm not gonna have my face next to a Filthy Frank video for a react video.
You gotta be branded, my guys. Branded.
Brand safe. Wow, it is not liking loading the shadows to this candy cane here. I think I did a good job, though. That looks pretty okay-ish. I think I also need to make it blurry, because the farther we get into the distance, I think it should start getting blurry. So we'll see. We'll see if I make changes to that. Alright, we're going to duplicate this using my keyboard shortcut, because it's better that way.
You love your keyboard shortcut.
I don't hate Filthy Frank, but I'm not one to really enjoy kind of, I'm just gonna say it, cringy, edgy content. Because he's very, you know, his stuff intentionally tries to be edgy. Just don't care for it.
This is gonna come as a surprise to you guys. This is Jonathan's channel and he can do what he wants. And he doesn't owe you an explanation.
Yeah. No, I'm not a hater! I'm not a hater!
He's gonna give you an explanation because he can't close his mouth, but...
Because it gives me something to talk about while I try to think of something else to say next.
I'm looking for Christmas presents for the cats. So I have to use this cold pen.
Well, I am so sorry that you had to dream that. That sounds terrifying. Oh gosh, so the lighting is not going to really work with me here, because I was trying to put a shadow on a mirrored version of the candy cane. And, the actual lighting on the real candy cane is not that way, so what's happening here? There we go. So we're gonna see if I can actually make the shadow. A YouTuber who Filthy Frank is, and they do edgy content. Edgy! You have to have a Rick and Morty IQ to understand his content.
I don't know who he is either, so don't feel bad.
He's got his own niche, you know? He's not really well known outside of his market, which is, I think, middle school boys. That's fair. You're not missing anything, Thomas. You're not missing anything. I mean, unless it's your sense of humor, who knows? But it's I feel like
probably 100 other YouTubers with the same sense of humor.
yeah, he was also an older YouTuber, so but he feels in like a similar entertainment field as like if you were to watch the How to Basic videos. If you guys know who How to Basic is, he's the guy who like is always like pantsless and throwing eggs around and like destroying his house. It's kind of that. Only Filthy Frank is much more on like character dialogue. When ironically, yeah, I just referenced like How to Basic literally never talks, so it's kind of a little bit opposite, but but I feel like they're both like the videos exist just to like freak you out and be like, what's going on here? I don't understand. What other YouTube shit? Like, I feel like they're the biggest versions of that back in the day. There's probably a lot of current day versions. Like, I'd almost argue that who's the streamer who yells a lot and gets angry, and who recently got into like a crypto scam stuff? What's his name? JChaseFilms. JChaseFilms is almost like a modern day version of that same genre, I think. He is the like, oh, people watch him because he is eccentric. iDubbbz is 100% in the old school category of that. But yeah, I feel like if JChaseFilms became like, if he did like comedy skits instead of streaming, JChaseFilms would have been the same like genre. He would have been the same thing. He's just the streamer version of that like mentality.
A heated two-story kitty house.
They don't need a heated. They got the fur.
Yeah, it's almost $300. I'm not buying it, but it's cool. You know, they would love it.
I feel like I've heard the username JStation, but I haven't heard of those channels before.
Yeah.
I have a very small, like, niche couple of channels I watch. To be fair, like, my entire YouTube, like, entertainment is pretty small on, like, what I'm watching. Yeah, I saw that iDubbbz actually had, like, he was doing some interesting, like, documentaries the last time I saw his channel. He had, like, a documentary about, like, I think the guy who, I don't know, some guy. It was weird. It was still like almost his same sense of humor, but because it was a documentary, it was like more interesting, and I actually watched that. Hey, Cartoon Lover, things are going well. I'm making candy canes. How much more fun could I be having?
The dollar store.
Alright, I don't know why it's lagging so much while working on the candy canes, so I'm just gonna stop working on them and let's work on the animation instead, because I don't know, maybe it's because I'm streaming or something, or maybe because the candy canes are just that high quality. But we're gonna go ahead and render this reference footage out and then start working on the animation. Oh, I did it the wrong way. No, I didn't. Oh wait, can it export this way? That's cool. I didn't realize I could do MP4s from this rendering option. Alright, so this is going to be the background. Render that out. Boom. If it has the word minion in the title, I have not played the game. I will say I am a minion hater. I mean, I like the minions when they are not in their own film.
Jim and Beth have a blow-up minion Christmas decoration.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm a minion hater. I'll just say it. They are a brand-like product that has been milked way too much, and they become such a ridiculous version of themselves. Yeah, that one.
I get to hear all about how he hates minions all the time. Don't mention minions!
It's just a Subway Surf. I've never even played Subway Surf. Listen, back in my day...
is so fun.
Back in my day, we played, Temple Run, alright? Yeah, thank you, Thunder TV. I wasn't looking at chat, but I look up at the chat. Yes.
Both of them, Temple Run and
yes.
Subway Surf.
No, I wasn't even gonna say that. I'm gonna say both of them.
No,
Temple...
I know that that's not what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say, quote unquote, both of them, Temple Run and Temple Run 2. They were both good games.
They're the same thing.
They are not the same thing. Temple Run 2 added in, like, zip lines and other things. What were the other things? I remember the zip lines. The zip lines were really fun in Temple Run too. Yeah, Temple Run is so classic. But I do think I prefer Temple Run 2 over the original. Also, I have recently gotten into and then gotten out of the classic, like Tiny Tower, Pocket Planes, Pocket Trains.
Oh, are you out of it now?
Yeah, I had my. I can't. Phone apps don't keep my these days. Like when I was a kid, I could have a single phone app for like half a year and keep playing it. There was a.
You've got a solid month and a half with games now.
Yeah, now when it comes to phone game, there was a game that I loved as a kid. It was called Pappy Jump. Pappy Jump is kind of like I feel like there's the Cloud Jumper or whatever. There's like a weird Cloud Jumper thing.
Doodle Jump?
Yeah, Doodle Jump. It was
my
basically,
gosh, I was so good at Doodle Jump.
Yeah, it was basically a Doodle Jump, but like with a lot more platforms kind of spread around sideways, and the platforms are smaller, I think. And then later on, you've got like enemies that show up, and like certain different colored platforms would give you like stuff. Pappy Jump I loved that back in the day. That was my, I think, favorite app as a kid. I don't know why it's rendering. Why is it taking so long to render this?
Did you ever play that game with, like, it was an ice cream cone and you stacked the ice cream?
No, I didn't.
Oh my
That sounds fun.
goodness. That was awesome.
I like how you guys all have these memories of Doodle Jump. Did anybody play Pappy Jump? It was actually a really like unknown game back in the day.
Just the Doodle Jump for me.
I know, Doodle Jump is the one that got popular.
Because it was good.
I stand Pappy Jump.
Oh my goodness. Can we get a soap pump that looks like Luna?
Oh,
She would be so mad.
she'd be very confused. Yeah, I haven't played Fortnite. I feel like I've talked about this in the past. I'm afraid to start playing it because I know that it's become very competitive. Because it's a free game, anybody can play it, and people have been playing it for years. I don't want to jump into that competitive scene where everybody already knows what they're doing. I'd rather not, because I went through that with Population 1, which is the VR version of Fortnite, which I enjoy that game. I really like it. So I know that I would like Fortnite, but because I like Population 1. But also I don't know if I like Population 1 more just because it also is VR, which is its own thing, and that brings a game up a level. Talking Tom, what a classic one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh, Talking Tom is classic. That was so weird recently to see Talking Tom and Talking Ben come back into popularity because they're like decade-old games.
Well, now they're back because they do bad things. It's one of the bad ones. Isn't that the one that was like trying to lure kids?
What?
Yeah, that was a big thing. Someone would be on the app and they tried to lure kids to.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
I think it was Talking Tom. So don't talk too highly of it.
I mean, whatever. All Talking Tom is just a voice modulator with a little cartoon character. So just because somebody abused that system doesn't mean that the app is bad. Hill Climb Race I've not heard about. I've never also played the classic old, like, the Line Rider game where you, like, drew lines or whatever and, like, people would sync Line Rider with music. Yeah, Poland. I think that's what Katrina was telling me about. We don't have to talk about that. I'd rather we didn't, but
Yeah.
I was not aware of that. And no, Poland, I'm not listening to your playlist. I thank you, but I'll listen to it later. Right now I'm playing my playlist because I just don't want to move around with music right now. I'm really wanting this video file to render so I can animate on it. What do you mean? 2 minutes remaining? Why is it taking so long? What did I do? I don't know why it's taking so long to render this. Battle for Dream Island, I have not. I have also Wii U is like, that's a console I think a lot of families skipped, but we totally did. I went from the Wii to the Switch. Like I never played the Wii U, which is a shame because I know there were some good games on it. It was just a weird console. It was a weird like middle ground attempt. They learned from that, I think. They learned from that and made the Switch better, but no, I never got to. Did you guys play the Wii U? Was there any good games on it that you enjoyed? Because I know that some of them ended up becoming Switch anyways. Like Breath of the Wild was originally Wii U, I'm pretty sure. it got turned into a Switch game, which I very much enjoyed on the Switch. I never beat it. I still need to beat the final boss in Breath of the Wild. I played through it, and I was doing the whole like full playthrough where before I beat the boss, and I just wanted to go through everything else. I wanted to do all the side content. But then like I just ended up. You just stop playing a game for like a week in a row, and then you forget that it exists, and then you might start playing another game. I'm a guy who plays like one game at a time. The tennis game, like was it like a kind of the Mii characters, that kind of tennis, or was it a different like brand of tennis, like a more sports tennis-y thing? Also, how did you play tennis on the Wii U? Did it have motion control, or was it more like controlling with buttons? I'm imagining somebody swinging around a Wii U tablet, and it's the funniest thing in my head. Like the whole tablet is the tennis pad. Yeah, Xbox is also a thing. We were never an Xbox household, and not for any specific reason either. It was motion control. Okay, how did the Wii U work? I mean, I really don't know what a Wii U even looks like in proper. So did you just like flick the pad instead, or were you able to hook up remotes to it? Like I see in this Wii U kit, there is a. Wait, did the Wii U? Could you just use the Wii remote with the Wii U? Was that all it was? Was the Wii U just a Wii with a screen? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I got you, Pollens. I got you. I'm gonna stop talking about your playlist now, so we're done with that. Thank you. Yes, cartoon lovers, that will happen when we get the right technology for it. Right now I don't have the port connector that I need, because a PlayStation is an old console, and I need the port connector. Things are not working well for us getting set up with Nicktoons Unite, but we will. We're gonna.
We talked about it yesterday. We're really excited to do it, because it's such a fun game.
It's a super fun game. I'm very excited to do it.
But we just gotta, get it working.
SpongeBob is a little upset right now because his arms are separated from himself.
Oh no. My SpongeBob doesn't have any legs, and I haven't worked on him this morning because I've been busy. So he's just legless.
Yeah. Legless, Legoless. You gotta go buy shoes? Have a good one.
Ooh, shoes.
Yeah, a remote that you could use for all the games. That's cool.
Walking in a winter wonderland. It's an avocado.
That's
with
good.
a Santa hat.
That's very good.
It is.
Alright, I'm bringing my reference footage. We'll animate these characters, and I don't even know if I'm gonna finish the shot on stream because I'm just... I'm like tired, and really I feel like I just want to listen to music and zen out while I work, but we're gonna keep streaming. We're good. We're good. I'm good. I can handle it. I ain't weak. Not yet, I'm not. And motion recordings. Drag and drop this in. I appreciate it, cartoon lover.
So if I get a shirt that says "Walking in a Winter Wonderland," would you wear it?
Would I wear a shirt that says "Walking in a Winter"? Depends on the graphic design. I think it's a funny enough.
It's a men's t-shirt.
I'd wear that.
Okay, so I'd
I'd
get
wear
it in a
that.
medium so we can both wear it.
Perfect. All right, how many frames we got? 140. This is a bit of a bigger shot compared to some of the other ones we have. 6 whole seconds. Ouch.
Ouch.
There was our remote for the PlayStation Quiz Buzz. This sounds like you're talking about like a game show buzzer. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. Because if there was a specific PlayStation remote for a game show buzzer, that would have been the most pointless thing ever when you could have just had any of the buttons on the PlayStation controller. Let's go with... Oh, man, which angle should we go with here? I'm feeling like Patrick might be the one with the binoculars, and then SpongeBob will be walking in front view. And that's my final answer. Put the PlayStation buzzer. That's my final answer. You tried, how did that go, Alex? How did a dried Carolina, how did the Reaper go?
The Reaper? Is that the Grim Reaper?
Nick Jr. shows. I mean, I watched, I watched a lot of Blue's Clues back in the day.
Heck yeah, Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues was
great
very
is
good.
Josh?
I don't remember which one was Josh.
The newest one.
Well, I haven't seen any of the newest one, but if you say he's great, I trust you there. Yeah, no, Blue's Clues was really good back in the day. I watched a very small amount of Dora. I really didn't watch a whole lot of Dora. Which...
Your dad
express...
didn't want you turning into a girl.
Yeah. I guess he had that Barbie mentality about Dora, yeah. Yeah, that expresses why I have, like, zero knowledge of Spanish, huh? I tried learning...
2 years of it in high school.
I took 2 very poorly attempted years of Spanish in high school. And I did not learn too much from it. However, I will say, I can actually moderately read Spanish. Like, if I even try, I'm gonna try. This is gonna be really bad. This is gonna be a really bad attempt. I don't even know. Let me, like... Here, Thomas Dietz, I'm not reading your comment. I'm copying it, and I'm gonna Google Translate it. And I'm gonna try to understand what it says from Google Translate. I'm gonna try my best also to not look at the English version. Alright, so just so you can see here, here's Google Translate. I'm clicked into the English. I just copied your comment. I'm gonna put it off, and I'm gonna paste your comment. Okay, let's see if I can read what your comment said. We definitely talked about Patrick. Estaba pensado lo mismo porque Patrick es un poco tonto. Tal vez pueda estar sostenido. I can pronounce it mostly, but knowing what the words mean. These are some big words. Okay, you're talking about the binoculars. Okay, I think you're talking about me having him do the binoculars incorrectly in that he's looking at it like the wrong way through. Are you asking about him looking the wrong way through where everything's smaller? I think that's what this is. Now I get to see your real comment. I was thinking the same thing because Patrick's kind of dumb. Maybe he can be holding the binoculars the wrong way. Yep. All right. So, but let's just be honest. The only reason I can understand the Spanish is because there's enough words that have the same like Latin translation, like the same Latin words in the back. So, okay, that was fun. Can I? Okay, Alex G. I'm trying to not read your comment. I'm trying to select it and not read it. I think I read too much of it by accident. All right. Alex, dude, let's see if I can understand what you just said in Spanish. Oh, mi estaba viendo. Oh. Nope, not a clue. Can't figure that one out. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. What a reveal. Oh no, your eyes turned red. Oh my gosh, yeah. So that was a full day of pain from having that. I'm so sorry. This is why I don't mess with spicy stuff like that. Granted, recently I've gotten into casually spicy food. And when I'm talking about casually spicy, I'm talking about like buffalo sauce. I'm talking about where it's like half butter, half spicy. But yeah, so I think those are the main Nick Jr. shows that I ended up watching back in the day. Was Oswald?
Oh yeah.
Was that Nick or was that cartoon? No.
I think that was Nick Jr.
Is that Disney? Yeah.
Oh.
Why does SpongeBob's body disappear like that? Is there empty frames in here? Oh no, there's just this. Okay. Insert frame. There we go. Where'd his eyes go now? What's going on? I've never tried toxic waste candy. No. I have a feeling that that's supposed to be something that's like, it gives people a crazy reaction, right? Like, is it super sour or super spicy? That's what it sounds like. Okay, yeah, so Oswald was really cool. That was a fun vibe for a cartoon. I always remember watching Oswald and getting commercials for Little Bill. I never watched Little Bill, but I remember the commercials for it around the time that Oswald would be airing. So funny. Alright, let me make his pupils not do the thing.
So fun fact, I've had this in the SpongeBob character model ever since I first made the SpongeBob character model. When the SpongeBob character model was first created, I thought I was going to do a thing where his pupils would be shaded like this.
Yeah, I've always noticed that and been like, what is this here?
I just never removed it because I never ended up going with this, but originally I was basing it off of like a SpongeBob like highly done, you know, thing, and in that thing they did it with a thing, and so yeah. But so it's always been like secretly there, and sometimes I'd have to like turn it off, and so right here I have to like turn it off. I need to just go into the character model and remove it after all these years. Okay, so. But yeah, this little fun fact is that the SpongeBob character model has these shaded pupils that never gets... It's sour? Okay. Yeah, Oswald's a good one. It always felt so calming. Like, they had, like, jazz music going through it and stuff. Alright, we're gonna save this. Hello, I want to save the file. Thank you. What's this shot number? It's 31. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what other Nick Jr. I mean, I didn't really watch a whole lot of Nick Jr. Like, when I was that young, my parents really didn't let me watch TV all that much.
And they didn't make Nick Jr. until we were like 6. Nick Jr. wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They branched off into a bunch of different channels later on.
I remember seeing Wow Wow Wasby commercials. I never watched Wow Wow Wasby.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, I can't really pronounce it, can I?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
What about that Wow Wow Whoopsie? Alright. Lining up SpongeBob with his canonical height of being at my armpit level, although his hat makes him a little bit taller here. I guess that means that if I ever grow taller, SpongeBob always just scales with Jonathan. I think I have to be taller here than I was in episode 1 of SpongeBob in Real Life.
Did I say you weren't going to grow between those two? No, you're not going to grow now.
No, I'm not going to grow any taller now. Imagine if humans just kept growing at the same pace they did from like 8 to, you know, teenager age, like that growth spurt. I have not seen Blue's big musical movie. If it's a kids content that like
that's the one I actually kind of want to watch it because it has Steve and
oh
Joe
and the other one. This animation was actually really cool. I got this this scene here. So this is, I just want you to see this for a second, because this was totally accidental, but we have two shots here. One where SpongeBob and Patrick are walking, you know, with Jonathan through the very thick snow, and another one here where Jonathan's pushing this branch out of the way and they're walking, and I love the shading on this. But I want you to see the transition here. I did not intend for this, but when we see the one scene, and then it goes to the other, unintentionally we have a match cut on this tree becoming the branch. This was not intended in the slightest. But it lines up so well. It's the tree, and then it fades and it's the branch, and I'm like, it looks like I'm pushing the tree out of the way. And then it goes to the camel stuff that we saw earlier in previous streams. So I'm very happy about that. That transition looks very good. Why does this rock look like a giant beetle? Alright, Patrick, where are you? Let's enter Patrick into the scene. Upside Down show. That reminds me of, what was it called? Like the Wayside School or something? I forget what it was called, but... What was it called? There was a school that was built really weird. I think it was a Cartoon Network show, or maybe Disney. I think, yeah, it was just called Wayside. And the school was, like, built all weird. Like, this was the Wayside School. It was just like a giant megalopolis building, and, like, all the different classes took place in different things. This was a very short-lived show, I think. Ubi! Dude, you just reminded me about Ubi.
Oh my.
Ubi, I think, was one of my mom's favorite shows that I ended up watching as a kid. Like, she would reference Ubi all the time. She thought it had such charm. Honey, do you know what Ubi is? Ubi was the simplest version of, like, a show like Muppets or something. It was just hands. People, like, there was a bunch of hands, and they had these little, like, googly eyes for eyes. And so, like, all the main characters would talk like this, like, oh, da, 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 da. But then they had a grandpa, and the grandpa, to emulate the whole, like, oh, the stereotype of them, like, talking through their gums, the grandpa talked like this. Like, oh, yes, how you doing, everybody? How you doing, Ubi? It's so funny. Oh, it's so simple. Like, so simple. But still with, like, set design that felt like Sesame Street. So, like, it still felt like a regular puppet show, but they just didn't have the puppets. It was just hands. What a silly concept. I still love it to this day. Oh. Hey, no, we mentioned those first. We mentioned Dora the Explorer and Blue's Clues first. I've never seen Dino Dan. I don't think I had. I'm not recognizing the title. I accidentally typed in Dino Dab.
Yay! Yeah, on the haters. Yeah, on the haters.
Dino Dan. I don't know Dino Dan. Oh, okay. No.
No.
No, not familiar with it. Alright, let's put Patrick in his place. Put Patrick in a spot that he can responsibly look out for the crew. Alright, let's draw. Let's draw some binoculars. Oh, do. I have this, like, Sharpie in front of me. I'm like, I gotta make sure I don't draw on the screen with a Sharpie.
Oh, put it somewhere else. No.
Which beat Mr. Beast challenge? I haven't seen... I've been keeping up with Mr. Beast. I love Mr. Beast stuff. I recently saw a behind-the-scenes video about the, Squid Game video that he did. And turns out that there was a bunch of VFX in it.
That's not surprising.
He actually hired the YouTube channel So Crispy Media, which does a lot of VFX videos and stuff. And they did a lot of VFX to make some stuff happen. For example, the biggest VFX like scene that they had in the whole thing was the left or right drop tower bit, where like the contestants were like jumping forward and having to guess which one was going to be the drop platform and which one was going to be solid. That was actually done like on ground level, and like they really didn't fall all that far. Like there was just a foam layer right underneath it. They like basically just fell. They felt like 4 inches basically, but so they animated it to make each contestant look like they fell like way farther, which was really crazy. I was like, whoa, I did not know that much VFX went into that. Like, they did a very good job making it look invisible. Highly recommend it. It's really cool. A plane challenge? Oh, like keep your hand on the plane and then whoever's last wins it.
Recent. I saw that.
Yeah, I've stopped watching those because, I mean, they become a little bit less interesting, especially when it's like... Ironically, I would much rather watch the random, like, subscribers do it than YouTubers.
Right.
I don't... I like the real people are so much more fun to watch.
Not that YouTubers are real people, but...
No, but they're also, they ham it up. Like, they're professional entertainers, which sometimes is good. The comedians are fun. Like, they'll say funny stuff and whatnot, but, like, the excitement that you get from a real person who works a 9 to 5 is so much more than the excitement of, like, a YouTuber who's already successful. I did not watch Yo Gabba Gabba, so I don't know. I probably would have liked it if I saw it. At some point in 2023, we will at least do one reaction stream, yes. Alright, I'm just gonna guess at how to draw some binoculars. I don't feel like this is gonna be too difficult to do. Let's see. How difficult can it possibly be? Maybe I should use vector art instead. Maybe drawing it out might make it a little more wiggly that I don't want. Ooh, you know what? I feel like binoculars normally go like, they like actually do this, don't they? Gosh, I hate circles. I hate drawing circles. I probably do need to just swap over to vector art. Alright, we're doing vector art now. Because I can't draw a circle. I should practice drawing circles. That's actually something that artists like straight up do. Is that they'll just like just have a piece of paper, or they'll open up like an empty document, and they'll just practice drawing circles. I have not sat down and done that yet.
No, Alex.
No, I don't want to hear it. Thank you, Alex. I'm pretty sure back in the day when iCarly was popular and like they had the he said he had a dream that Gibby was a Mii character, and I'm certain they had Gibby Mii characters when they had the whole like the Mii channel, not the Mii channel, but the what was it called? The Mii channel is where you made it, but there's the one where you could share Miis. I think it was called Check Me Out. It was really cool because that's where people would always download the classic like Peter Griffin or SpongeBob Miis that people made. Like there was, I bet you if I looked up like top Check Me Out Miis. I don't know, we're in an article made in 2009 now. But so, oh, Stormtrooper, very well done, Stormtrooper. Yeah, the class. There's the classic Peter Griffin. Is that Mo? Oh, that's so funny. Oh, this person wrote this article and included like 4 Miis. That was one of the worst articles I've ever seen. Anyways, yeah, the classic Check Me Out channel was very fun. I'm just trying to make 3D-ness out of all this. I've not tried Vegemite. That's actually something I want to try. I've been like kind of going through. I have recently tried, moderately recently, Turkish Delight. Yeah, me and Katrina both did not like Turkish Delight. Granted, our Turkish Delight didn't look like this color, so I wonder if actual Turkish Delight might be better.
It was from a grocery store, to be fair.
It was a British version of Turkish Delight. To be very specific, I don't know if Turkish Delight is always British, because its origin is Turkey. So perhaps real Turkish Delight that looks like this, and is like covered in like a powdered sugar, this might taste better than the kind that I had. I had this. Fry's Turkish Delight did not taste good in the slightest. This tasted like, if you don't like licorice, this was like what a person who doesn't like licorice, that's what it tastes like. It doesn't taste like licorice, but for a person who's averse to licorice, it's this. Poland's, stop asking. But it was just like, oh, it was so like, I actually enjoyed the first like couple of bites, but then like,
yeah,
it got really strong really quick. So it's a small kind of treat, and I think it was chocolate coated too.
Yeah, it was.
But I always like trying, foods that aren't origin in America. It's just fun to try stuff. So I will eventually try Vegemite, but no, I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna though. Isn't Cristiano Ronaldo a football player? I mean, football player was not wrong, but I wanted to clarify for the Americans, like myself. I don't know anything about him though. I know that he's a player of a game of some sort. He's a player. He's a player, ain't he? Oh gosh. Darn it. I can't like minimize the circle now.
This looks really good.
Good. What's my favorite thing about creating the SpongeBob in Your Life series?
Man, that's tough. Say again?
So being at home with our cats.
Yeah, okay. Definitely the best thing in the world about creating this series is just being a YouTuber and working from home. Like, it's not like your classical answer, but it's 100% a real answer in that this is nice. It is very, very nice to be able to work from home like this. But when it comes to the actual production of the show itself, I really like finishing a shot and having the satisfaction of like looking at the realistic shading that was done in it and being like, oh, this looks artistically good. You know, making something that is actually like could be considered good is nice. I'm very, very proud of the style of the show and the way that we have the shading. And I always try to make it better with every video. I try to like figure out what will make the shading more scientifically realistic. Like how do we make things look like it was filmed with a real, you know, light hitting them. And so I'm very, very happy with that. And I always try to aim for that. But yeah, I think that's probably my favorite part of it is just the lighting, the real life element. Also having the characters interact with real life objects, but also for the most time, it's like they're touching it. It's just an image. We don't get too fancy with them interacting with real life objects. I want to connect the line. Jump in the line. What, Antony? What do you mean? Can I do a favor? Are you asking me? I don't want to listen to the playlist. Nobody can ask me about what listening to a playlist. If it's something else, I mean, we were chatting. Chat with me. Talk. I don't know if I'd put... Oh, wait. What layer is this even on? I did do a brand new layer for this. I don't want this to overwrite the line work that I just did. Yes, the kitty is going crazy.
Hi, Mabel.
Pollens, this is my last time. I'm going to respectfully ask you to stop, or I will have to mute you. I just don't want to listen to it right now, and I hope that you respect my opinion. I just don't want to.
It's his stream.
It's my stream, and more importantly, it's a work stream, so I'm really focused right now, and I don't want to like stop and try to play around with the YouTube playlist. I also really enjoy custom... Another thing that I really like about SpongeBob in Your Life is recently getting really good at drawing SpongeBob. I have not always been that good at it, but I've recently gotten used to drawing it, and that's been very satisfying, is actually just like being able to just freeform draw a character that's accurate. It's nice to have something that's like, oh, hey, I've got some talent in my bones, and in my drawing bones. Because, you know, I've got talent in VFX, and that's cool, but it's also a often underappreciated skill. VFX is the thing that, if you do it well, it's supposed to be invisible.
Right.
And so it's like, drawing and drawing well is much more appreciated by people. People will look at a good drawing and be like, whoa, good job on that, man. And so that's also why on this channel, I've often tried to go for absolutely... Wow, I love this color scheme right away. I don't like the blue, but I was just playing around with the colors, and I'm very happy with how that turns out. But like, people have complimented me on the special effects. That's why I intentionally do ridiculously crazy special effects. If you do ridiculously crazy special effects, then it's noticeable. And so sometimes that's why I intentionally do that. Because then people will comment on like, dude, whoa, really like that explosion or that big 3D shot. Listen to it, you're reading it. Whoa, where did I just go? What if Patrick just didn't have his hands up? He just like was looking through the binoculars like this. Just whomp. I'm gonna add a little reflection here. Alright, convert to a symbol. Do that. Go inside. Make a new layer. Go ahead. Boo 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 boo. I want a pure white. I don't know why this isn't pure white.
we go. That's 1. That's 2. And now I'm gonna do a trick to actually blur it. Sometimes I'll do this. I've done this with the when we were working on the Halloween video. Patrick's outfit had the visor, and I actually had that blurring like reflection permanently in the character model instead of in After Effects. So I'm gonna convert to a symbol and make it a movie clip. And when it's a movie clip, I can do cool effects like blur, I think. Right? Under filters, I can add a blur filter. There we go. Perfect. Grand Theft Auto can be very entertaining. I like mafia stuff. I like, you know, like the classic what's that movie? The Godfather, stuff like that. Crime movies are very fun. So yes, I enjoy Grand Theft Auto for the crime like drama element. I like how the main character always gets in trouble with criminals and then they have to like find their way out of that trouble. The drama is very fun there. And so yeah, I enjoy that. I do dislike how like it's very vulgar, obviously. Very, 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 very vulgar. So I don't always appreciate the vulgarness of it, but the action and the missions can tend to be very fun. And also the driving is fun. Just being able to just grab cars and drive is just fun. I remember like I eventually got to the point where I finally, what do you call that? Uninstalled. I uninstalled Grand Theft Auto 5 like a year ago. Finally. It's like one of those games that I've had for years. I'm like, you know what? This game isn't fun anymore. I've just been, it's like, it's an old game. There's no reason for me to have it. It was a huge file size too. Grand Theft Auto 5 was like, it was like hundreds of megabytes. And I'm like, this is taking up a lot of storage space. I'm done. And so I finally uninstalled that because all it was for me was a driving simulator. Like I stopped playing it for any other reason. I was only getting into Grand Theft Auto 5 to drive cars. I'm like, you know what? I can play a driving video game instead, which has better handling than GTA does. GTA is like, GTA's not really, even though it's all about cars, obviously, it doesn't have the best, like, physics engine when it comes to driving. There are some more, like, you know, there's just games that'll have way, if they focus on the driving aspect, then they have, like, really cool physics, and you can, like, feel the, like, car sliding and stuff. You don't feel that as much in that, but, yeah, fun. The Good Burger movie is Good Burger? I haven't. But I'm trying to remember if Good Burger, is that the... No, I was thinking about Bob's Burgers. No, I don't know what Good Burger is. No. Is that the classic Nickelodeon, like, show thing? I thought that there was, like, a classic Nickelodeon show that was called Good Burger or something like that. Oh, Patrick's hand is showing up underneath his sleeve here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna... Patrick's hand, get out of here. I mean, it's not the best Patrick's arm that I've ever done. It's always hard to just control the lines and make the lines look good. That looks pretty okay. I don't think... What do you mean? An Illumination movie where villains are charged for their crimes? Is there a movie like that that exists? I don't know. Like, I feel like isn't... Most of the time, villains in movies just die. Villains don't often actually go to jail. Unless it's like Batman specifically. Maybe Superman, they go to... I mean, they're all stuff. I'm thinking about, like, classic era, too. Like, the new version of Batman Superman, they just kill their enemies. No remorse in modern day. Come on. Alright. Patrick is ready to be looking. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna physically animate this, too. I probably need to convert this into something that can actually wiggle, because it currently cannot wiggle. Well, what's it called? I'm not sure. Well, I'm not also too much of a big fan of Illumination films. good thing for SpongeBob is that we have these built-in leg animations, so I can just kind of like start. Oh no. Okay, wait a minute. Because as you can tell, we have SpongeBob's regular shoe here and not his fluffy shoe. That's not preferable. Let's see if I can fix that, because we do have a shot where we did that already, right? This shot right here had SpongeBob in his fluffy shoes. This is shot 27. If I just open up shot 27 in the project files, maybe we can salvage that animation. I have not played Poppy Playtime. The only scary game I've ever really played is Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's and the Rugrats Go to Paris Super Mario or Super 64, the Nintendo 64 game. Yes, that was a thing. There was a Rugrats Go to Paris. All right, this is the Rugrats in Paris game. Well, maybe it was on PlayStation and not on Nintendo 64. No, I had it on the Nintendo 64. I'm just kidding. It was. So I'm gonna mute this audio here, but I'm gonna show you the visuals of this game, and you're gonna understand why I'm saying it's terrifying. Look at this game. This game, its art style was honestly uncanny and terrifying. This is a golf level that this guy is playing right now. He's playing a golfing level, and it's this like creepy world. And then there's another one. Now they're in like, Japan, but it just looks so like it looks dead. It looks so unsettling. Like what's going on in this place? And they're in a cave of some sort. And then later on, he's in another like the world felt weird and empty, and you're just playing as the Rugrats, but you're in the Rugrats in some weird apocalyptic like dream world. It was weird, and the music also was weird. Like the sound design was very quiet. Like it could get boring playing this game after a while, just because like the sound design was repetitive. And then there was these levels where you're just playing as one of the Rugrats babies, running around in a warehouse collecting tickets. This is just straight up a Reptar warehouse. It's so creepy. The whole game. And then there's this main like theme park. You good, hon? Yeah. There's this main theme park, but there's like no one in the theme park, so it just feels so empty and like dead. And there's this shooting minigame. Oh my gosh, where you're throwing like baseballs. It's just the whole thing. The whole thing, it just felt like this the whole way through. There's some bumper cards. The bumper cards is maybe the only alive thing that there was. Skee ball. The whole game, like, oh, the goo. There was this bumper cart mixed thing in this goo world. What is this? What goo terrifying land is this? You're popping balloons and stuff. Anyways, that was like a fever dream of a game I had as a kid. The Jack Attacks 13 game. I've not seen Rabbids Invasion. Alright, so there's Patrick. We got Patrick's animation. Very simple walk cycle. Let's see what we got for SpongeBob. Is SpongeBob's gonna cut it for when we're seeing him in HD? Yeah, that'll cut it. Can I just reuse this animation? I might reuse this animation, but give him a new face. And also make him stop walking at the end. How long is the shot? Or maybe I can just, let me just re-drop in the stock footage. Not the stock footage, the reference footage. Reference files, animation recordings. Whoa, it didn't want to go in. Why not? Because we're not in a frame. The trailer for the new game is not out yet. Fair enough. Oh gosh, I just recently found out about there's a project, a modding project that's been going on for years, where there's a bunch of fans who are making I don't know if you guys know about Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls series, but the game that came before Skyrim is called Oblivion, and they're remaking the entirety of Oblivion in the Skyrim game engine. It's a modding project where they're making an HD modern day version of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion in the Skyrim video game engine. And they've been working on it for like 4 years. No, probably longer. Yeah, they've been working on it like for 5 years. And it's all a bunch of people who are working for free. It's just fans of the game who are trying to make a cool thing. It's ridiculously cool in my eye, and also since they're taking volunteers, I'm actually tempted. Like probably not right now because I'm so busy, but maybe like later in the year, like next year. Like in the middle of the year, I might like volunteer some evenings to work on some 3D models for them. That'd be really cool. I don't know. I did watch Lazy Town back in the day. Yes, on another day, I can listen to the playlist. Or more specifically, instead of listening to your playlist, I'll probably go through your playlist and pull stuff out and add them to... You know, well, we'll listen to it to then add music in. I still need to go through, because I've got so much music that I have specifically set across. The problem is, it takes me so much time to actually convert that music into my Spotify playlist. I want to add more music to the Spotify playlist, but it does take me like a couple of hours to properly get lots of songs, bring them, like download them, give them the thumbnail. Lazy Town was fun back in the day. I enjoyed Lazy Town. The puppets were interesting. Alright, so we're gonna make SpongeBob. He's walking currently, and I want him to stop walking at the end. So right here at the end, I have to figure out, why does his legs keep going? Oh, because it's a looping animation. I see. You good, hon? Alright, so he gets to a standing position. I think right here is where we're gonna change the keyframes a bit. Because the way that we have to make him stop is have this other foot like plant down. So it's gonna go up. And then we're going to have his foot kind of start to plant down, and I'm probably gonna rotate it a bit. And then in this one, it's going to be fully planted, and now he's standing. But in the one right before, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Where's the keyframe? Is something wrong with the bed? Oh. Alright, so now just doing a little bit more editing, and hopefully we'll have this him stopping moving. Stop moving, SpongeBob. Kind of center the leg so it's starting to go down already. There we go. There we go. So now he's settling his walk. He stops walking. Okay. My favorite... Ooh, there's a couple of good questions here. How about this? I actually have to use the restroom, so I'm going to be right back, and I will answer these 2 questions after that. And also, if you guys have any other questions, leave them here. But I do have to come right back, so be back soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Seth Bling here. What an old reference, huh? I mean, I know he's still a YouTuber, but man, the classic days of Seth Bling. Oof. Back when Minecraft felt a little bit more simple. I was using the restroom, okay? Which is funny because I was on my phone and I just read an article of how James Cameron, like it was a Q&A that James Cameron was doing about his new movie, Avatar 2. And the interviewer was like, so, if people need to use the bathroom in the middle of this 3-hour movie, right? Because Avatar 2 is going to be a 3-hour movie. If people have to use the bathroom, what's the best time for them to leave and use the bathroom? And James Cameron responded and he said, at any point they want. They can see the scene they missed when they come back to watch it in theaters a second time. Which I think is a very humorous answer. It's a good answer to be like, yeah, just come watch it again and you'll see the scene. Just pay for another movie ticket. I'm like, okay, I see you, James Cameron. I don't think I'm even gonna watch that. And if I do, it'll probably not be in theaters for one of that very specific reason. I don't know. In my life, you guys know what my life is like here, working, then I got a tiny bit. I'm not gonna go to a theater for 3 hours. I'm just not gonna. Alright, I see a bunch of wonderful questions, so I'm going to go back in the chat a little bit and go to the previous questions first, and then go down the line. So, favorite Mortal Kombat character or fighter? I actually tried to look up a list of them because I've rarely ever played, but I'm gonna say Raiden. Just because I know I've played very little bit, and I think I picked him once and I enjoyed it. Yeah, sorry that I'm not more conclusive with that answer. But I don't often play that game, and I don't own a copy, so it's just whenever I've gotten to play it, I think I've enjoyed that character. What's my favorite kind of cookie? Oh, that's a hard question because there's so many kinds. Although I think I do know. My favorite kind of cookie is, I'm trying to think of what it's actually classified as. I have a couple of them here. Right, how can I forget? Jaffa cake. Jaffa cake is my favorite kind of cookie. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. It was just like jumping out of my brain right now, but it's got a nice sponge cake with chocolate on top, and raspberry jam is my favorite flavor of the jam to go in the Jaffa cake. Very, very good stuff there. It is stored in the closet of good food. There's no Easter Bunny, there's no Tooth Fairy, there's no Queen of England. So yeah, that's probably my favorite cookie. Outside of that, it's like, I don't know. Oreo is pretty good. Not really conclusive on other cookies outside of that. Would you rather have Gary the Snail or Silky from Teen Titans Go as your cartoon pet, and why? I don't know what Silky is. Oh, it's a little like bug creature thing. Yeah, well, I don't... Also, I see Silky from the regular Teen Titans show too. I'm unfamiliar with that character, so I have to easily go with... Let me broaden that question a bit, because I'll just be picking Gary otherwise. If I were to broaden the question to, like, all cartoons, what would be the one cartoon pet I'd have? I've made this question too difficult for myself. That's a cool question, though. What cartoon pet would you have if you could have one from any cartoon? Maybe a Pokemon? Pokemon would be, like, super cool. Because that is technically a cartoon. So like, potentially I could have a Pokemon as a pet, but what other alternative is there out there? Maybe Clifford, the big red dog, would be a hilarious pet to have, but that would be way too much responsibility. And very expensive. It would be insanely expensive to feed Clifford the big red dog. What other neat pets are out there? Also, why is his hand? His hand is very big when it's not in the fist. I'm trying to figure out the sizing here. thinking of cartoon animals. Can I just have Winnie the Pooh as a pet? Does that count? Winnie the Pooh as a pet. Yeah, no, I think I'm probably sold with like, and if I had to pick a Pokemon, it'd be like one of the least dangerous ones. I don't know, like a water type probably. Nah, water type seems like it'd be messy. Darn it, why is this question so hard to answer? I just probably go with standard Eevee, because Eevee is just like a dog. But now that I'm saying that, I'm like, why even pick a Pokemon if you're gonna pick one of the most boring ones? Oh gosh, why is this so? I can't think of cartoon pets. Maybe I would actually pick Pluto, Mickey's dog, because Pluto is very smart. A smart cartoon pet would be pretty darn cool. Yeah, let's go with that. And favorite cookie. What do you mean what happened to chat? Did something happen to chat while I was gone? You should never give up. I agree with your dad. The gorilla from I had an accent should be Donkey Kong. Yeah, it would definitely be Pearl or Sandy for Peach, and we're still figuring it out. I mean, like, because yeah, we've started the cartoon character models. I don't know if we're gonna end up doing the second trailer or not. Like, I don't even know if I like the second trailer more than I like the first teaser trailer. It's cool. I'm still excited for the movie, but like honestly, the first Super Mario teaser trailer got me more excited for the movie than the second one did. The second one was like, oh, neat. I guess yeah, the movie's still coming out. The inclusion of the way that Donkey Kong was being represented with like the island. Gosh, what's going on here? There's like a hair hanging in front of my eye, and I don't like it. All right, got it. The Donkey Kong's like little place that is not a construction site. I don't know if I like that, because I'm used to like the idea that Donkey Kong exists in New Donk City, and like that's where he's supposed to be. So I hope that Donkey Kong still is in New Donk City, but it seems like they're going to be introducing him Donkey Kong Country style, which is okay. It's okay. It's not my preference. If you could only have one of them for the rest of your life, what would it be? Krabby Patty or the Krusty Krab pizza? Definitely Krabby Patty. Krusty Krab pizza is cool, but it's a variety product. I would rather have the original at all times than the variety product, in my opinion. All right, let's make SpongeBob happy now. He's too sad. Let's go ahead and also was his. Oh yeah, his cheeks were over the hat. You can't tell in the far away shot, but let's find a happy. There's a happy. All right. So we're gonna make him look around a bit more probably, because right now his eyes are. It's like pre-animated from the other shot and not done too well. So we're gonna go 142 frames long. Doo-doo. I don't know what I did wrong. There we go. Basic chocolate chip is a very good cookie, honestly. Like, a nice warm chocolate chip cookie. Like, when it comes to warm cookies, I agree. Like, heated up cookies, chocolate chip or white chocolate macadamia nut is a very good cookie. I loved that back in college. They had these those little shops around the college campus you could buy stuff from, and white chocolate macadamia nut was my favorite cookie to get from those little shops. SpongeBob's Road to Christmas. Yeah, I think I've seen it. That's the one where they've got the. Yeah, no, I've seen that episode. It's a good one. I enjoyed that episode a lot. It's the episode that basically inspired what SpongeBob and Patrick's outfits look like here. Sort of. Patrick's hat in our video is based off of that. And then SpongeBob's whole outfit is based off of that episode's outfit that he wears. Alright, so we're gonna have him look. I don't like his eye animation. I'm just gonna be entirely redoing his eye animation. Because it doesn't look good.
It would be like that sometimes.
So we're gonna have him look up. Because he's in the candy cane forest. I want him to, like, be representing that he's like, oh, looking at all the cool trees and stuff. So his eye goes up. I'm gonna have it flick down a tiny bit, and then we're gonna have it go the opposite direction. And then probably when he's stopped walking, or no, when Jonathan looks over that direction, I'm gonna have him flick his eye up toward Jonathan. Ain't it funny how I talk about myself in third person like that? Everybody always laughs when I talk about my character in that way.
You're not your character. That just
I'm not.
happens to be you playing a guy named
Yeah,
Jonathan.
like
it's nothing like you.
and it started from the very first episode where I was like a kid. I'm like, I gotta make myself look cool in this video. So the character of Jonathan is not me. It's just a version of myself that is based off of the version that me as a teenager thought would look cool, but it's turned out to just be a bit more of a jerk. Yeah. The Jonathan character's a bit of a jerk.
We don't like the Jonathan character very much.
He's changing, I think, a little bit. I mean, like, I've been introducing a bit. Not really, though. Is he?
No, he's married now, though, at least.
He's apparently married somehow.
Oh, look how pretty!
Oh, that's awesome.
We're gonna paint it so that Brie doesn't have to.
That's very good. Alright, so this eyes look over, and they click out. Very good. I'm gonna actually add the tweening here. Wort. Classic tween. Squirtle is a good pet.
Squirtle.
Singing and songs are difficult. It is very difficult character. I was reading another of your comments. It was it's difficult to do good singing with characters, especially if we're doing a parody song and whatnot. So no, I'm not really trying to do that yet. Maybe someday. But I've been like, even every time I consider it, I'm like, oh gosh, that's gonna be so complicated. There's just so much you have to focus on and think about. Which member of Paw Patrol are you most like and how? It is funny because, believe it or not, I probably am most like Marshall.
Not Chase.
No, I'm a little like Chase. I'd like to imagine I'm a tiny bit like Chase.
But you're more like Marshall.
I'm a combo between Marshall and Chase, probably. No, I'm very Marshall. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding?
For the little Paw Patrol that you've watched.
For the tiny bit of Paw Patrol that I've watched, because we have a niece and a nephew, I'm definitely Marshall. I don't think I'd like to imagine I'm not as clumsy as him. Katrina's very carefully holding her tongue. If I could be any SpongeBob character for a whole day, who would it be?
I'd be Mr. Krabs and I'd take all the money and run.
Any SpongeBob character for a whole day would... I mean, honestly, SpongeBob himself has the most cartoony, like, laws of physics. The things he can do with bubbles and, like, jumping around and stuff, I think he's the person who breaks physics the most, and it would be the most fun to have that ability to do that. So probably just SpongeBob. If not him, maybe... Gosh, I'd want to have somebody... Maybe somebody who has the ability to drive. So he could, like, do a tour of Bikini Bottom the quick way. I'll show up as Kenny G.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Or, like, Squilliam and drive, like, in a limo or something.
Yeah.
I might show up as Squilliam. Alright, let's animate the mouth a little bit, kind of to get some transition here between... Do I have... Yes, I do have that. Alright, so I don't have actually transition mouths between this and the closed teeth, so we're going to just do a little bit of a trick by scaling down the mouth a tiny bit.
Do you want me to turn the AC on? It's hot.
It is quite warm. Careful! Oh my goodness.
It's fine. We're good.
Perfect, that worked perfectly. So now he's smiling. And then we're probably just gonna do the inverse of that right here. Is there a more closed smile? No, it's all the same smile. We do not have a lot of front-facing SpongeBob mouths. Like, we have like 7 front-facing SpongeBob mouths.
I think the problem is a bunch of the mouths are hidden in other projects that we just didn't find.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably a lot in Spider-Man that we just didn't.
We
transfer
might.
over.
We might, yeah. Maybe I should do the ooh? No, maybe not the ooh. Maybe the short mouth. Playing the cash register still, huh, Squiddy? Very good.
They better not change this baby's name.
I mean, I have no idea what I will be doing on May 13th and if we actually are streaming on that day.
You will be gone on a cruise.
Oh, I will be gone on a cruise. We're not streaming on May 13th. I'm very sorry. It is Jack Attack's birthday. Jack's Attack.
My brother's birthday is May 10th.
Oh, yeah.
Very close to that.
So he's graduating near the birthday then. He does that. That's a habit of
Did in
his.
high school.
I mean, that's, I guess if you have a May birthday, it's just how that works out.
Yeah. Like, my birthday's on Father's Day sometimes, because my birthday's in June.
Yeah.
Is how it is.
My best SpongeBob character impression.
It's
Woo.
not.
I don't do. I've said this previously. I'm just not really good at SpongeBob impressions. The only one I barely have is Patrick, because Patrick is a deep voice.
It is easy.
Yeah. So, but anybody can attempt a deep voice. It's not too impressive. Yeah. Mr. Krabs. No.
Yeah.
Hey, me boy. Mr. Krabs is somewhat there, but not really. Most of the SpongeBob voices are pretty difficult to do. I'm wondering if Bumble Buddy might be in. Bumble Buddy might be. Hey, SpongeBob. Nah, that's not really. It's Larry. Hey, SpongeBob. You want to go to the beach? What else is there? Oh, I'm not even gonna try it. Plankton is gonna be so difficult. I went to. Nope, I'm not even trying. Plankton's too difficult. SpongeBob. This is my horrible Squidward impression. This is why I don't do the voices. There's a very specific reason we have many talented voice actors that do these voices. I just thought one day when I was a teenager that I would do a video like this, and that's all I'm useful for is I put all this stuff together. I don't do
kind
the
of
voices.
the most important part, but yeah. It wouldn't exist otherwise. But you know. Cheapen yourself.
Yes, Polands, it's pretty obvious. You don't have to say that. You like the Jonathan character? Do you think he's cool?
You are the target audience. We don't have to like
Good. Yeah. I mean, if he seems cool from your perspective, then I've succeeded. All right. Let's have. Sort of looks like he just completely freezes at the end of this clip. So let's have him look the opposite way now. The cool thing about his front-facing view is that when I animate one eye, it animates both. That is not true on the other angles. So it's nice to have the quicker version of animation here.
a little bit less effort.
Do 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 do. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. That looked very robotic. Let's do that one, maybe. I don't know if that was any better.
Paint.
It is paint. Yes! I'm going on a cruise. Me and my family, we often do cruises. Or we used to a whole lot.
Wow.
What?
What is wrong with that sentence?
I'm your family now, bud.
Yes, you're my family, and also my family parents. They're still my family too. Yeah, we did cruises and whatnot, and so funnily enough, one of the cruises that I've gone on in my life ended up becoming part of the vacation video. The SpongeBob in Your Life episode, 7 or whatever, the vacation video, is like 4 different vacations of my life. And every time that I would go on vacations, I just film a couple of other like clips and whatnot, and imagine some stuff that SpongeBob could do. So that vacation,
we filmed on our honeymoon.
We filmed on our honeymoon after our wedding. So that was like, there's some of the honeymoon beach. There is a cruise. There is another random beach trip, and I think it's only 3 holidays. But yeah, 3 vacations went into the making of the SpongeBob vacation video, which is really funny. Which SpongeBob song do you remember most? I mean, whatever.
It's a bad
Yeah, Best Day Ever is a good one. I mean, the fun song is pretty good. I'm not gonna recite any songs because I'm not good at singing. Because I haven't practiced. I don't practice singing ever, which is my main.
You have a lot of enthusiasm.
I do have a lot of enthusiasm.
Last night was fun. We sang the Christmas songs when Santa came.
We did sing the Christmas songs. We were out at our local town square, and they had Santa Claus there, and they were doing a tree lighting, and woo, we sang.
Yeah, front row.
We got front row. Alex just asked if I sat on a whoopee cushion.
No, I'm painting.
She's painting. It's the sound of the paint tube. Trust us. The easiest part of computer animation is definitely being able to reuse art you've previously made. That's it.
Control Z.
Yeah, Control Z is definitely the best part of computer animation. I think SpongeBob's basically done. I mean, I don't know if I can improve him anymore. He's a bit simplified. Like, he's not really... It's not a complex animation. Here, the only thing I can maybe do is have him, like... have his arms go out at the end here. So as he looks the other direction, he kind of, like, emphasizes with his arms. Otherwise, I think we're done with SpongeBob. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait, they're parented? I did not realize these were parented. Oh, I would have animated it that way if I knew. Golly. That's very helpful. I don't often use the parenting in Flash, so it's nice when I have done it. It must have been parented in the original file that I animated this in. Classic tween, easy in and out. Yeah, so those I think are the 2 things. Being able to reuse previous art and not have to draw everything from scratch, very nice. And undo is very nice.
Undo is a curse to you sometimes, though, because you'll undo things 100 times when you should have gone with it the first time.
Mm-hmm. You would not be Fred because you do not want to break your leg. Well, apparently his leg re-heals very easily, so
It's not necessarily broken, it's just hurt.
True, it's not even necessarily broken. Autobot Squidward? Yeah, I think Autobot or Robot Squidward probably is something that is doable for the Squidward art. We could add that. We might actually get to the Squidward art soon, because I'm getting like, I'm running out of energy to be talking on stream, and so I might very soon have to, we might jump into like, honestly, check my watch. I think I'm running out of energy. So, how about we go ahead and do, guys in chat right now, give me your suggestions for what we could do for future Squidward arts, as I have a Skyrim video up, because I've been, that's what I normally, if I'm not listening to music, I'm listening to like nerdy videos while I work. So let's go ahead and pull up our Spin the Wheel app, and if you guys have any suggestions for what we can do for future Squidward arts, I'm going to add Autobot Squidward. Auto Boy Squidward. Any other suggestions? What else do you guys think we should do for Squidward art? Yeah. Mickey Mouse is actually pretty easy for me, I think. Well, it's not easy, but it's at least so specific. Let me try. Haha! Oh boy, Goofy! Let's go! Play some Fortnite! Oh gosh, okay.
And then Donald Duck is the impossible one. It's the... I can't talk in it. All I can do is that sound. I can't actually talk as Donald Duck. It's like... Oh, it's so hard.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to do the Donald Duck voice. You know, the laugh is easy because it's just... But it's really impossible to talk as Donald Duck. Squidward Mouse. See, what's even the art style of Mickey Mouse? He's got a very flowy, like, hand-drawn art style. I don't know if it's... Yeah, I'm not gonna say Squidward Mouse. I will say Disney Squidward. I think we have Squidward as a Disney adult in here somewhere, though. Yeah, I have Disney adult Squidward. I'm just gonna remove that one and just have Disney style Squidward.
She lost a toy under the couch.
Squidward, but it's JChaseFilms. We've done that one. We've done that one. Are you ready for this? We go to our wonderful Squidward art. Here, my friend, this is what happens when we have my face morphed into Squidward. We've done Squidward, but it's JChaseFilms before. I'm also realizing that when I did this so quickly, there's a bit of my eyebrow that got left over here on this edge, and it looks so gross to have this little patch of hair on the side of his head. Ooh, boy. We've done a Squidward Simpson before. That one... Oh, have we not? No, yeah. Here's our... Squidward Simpsons was done before. I'm actually really proud of this one. I think this one actually really well matches the Squidward style. Squidward Sonic style is gonna be tough. I don't even know how that would be. Legend of Zelda Squidward? I'm interested in trying it. Well, I don't need to put the word Squidward in here. I realize that it's a Squidward painting, but... So, Disney style... Autobots roll out.
Is it noon?
It is noon.
Tornado siren.
We got our tornado sirens going off. They're testing them, making sure they all work. Alright, one more maybe add to the list, because this wheel is, as you can see, very, very dense already. Squidward is Elmo, maybe? I mean, he also looks like a Futurama Squidward, but let's be fair, they're both... Is it because he looks more clean art style-wise? Like, I think Futurama looks more vector art than Simpsons does. Simpsons always had, like, the classic, like... I mean, not considering modern-day Simpsons.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're just gonna go ahead and roll in the wheel now. Time to roll the wheel. See what we get. See what art we have to... What... Whoa, I already done Lego Squidward. I didn't remove that from the list. Sorry, that's a false wheel spin. False wheel spin.
I didn't see Lego Squidward. Where was I?
I think you had a headache. We did Lego
Was that
Squidward
last time?
Yeah. Lego Squidward was done last time. That's what Lego Squidward looks like. We're gonna remove that. Let's try to spin this one more time. I'm gonna set up some hype music for myself. Let's see if I got... The Joker? Oh no, where's my music controls? Okay. The next song should be exciting. This one isn't necessarily exciting. None of this is really exceptionally exciting. Can I go to a better playlist? Chiptune? Chiptune maybe? Yeah, chiptune might work for us. Alright, let's get our timer. We have to do the Joker. It's the Joker, baby. Oh boy, which version of the Joker though? Which version? There's a lot of different versions of the Joker. I guess I could just do a kind of version. My own version of the Joker, yes. We're not doing 5 minutes this time. I'm gonna use the full 8 minutes. We did 5 minutes last time and that was...
Probably pretty hectic.
It was very hectic and barely got it done in time. It was Lego though, so I was pretty confident in it.
Yeah.
Alright, start your engines! Alright, here we go, everybody. Time to draw. 2019 Joker? Yeah, that's the... Was it a... Wait. Did the Joker movie come out in 2019? Oh my gosh, that was so long ago.
That was like 3 years
but it felt like it was much more recent than that. Oh my gosh! All right, let's do a profile. I'm just gonna do a square image, so we're gonna do 1920 by 1920. Okay. Get this out of the way. All right, so the Joker normally has a painted nose. We're just gonna start off with a classic. Start off with your classic Squidward nose, and then we'll get an eye in. Oh, you know, I'm gonna go a little bit more animated Joker. We're gonna go like the creepy animated Joker is what I think I want to try. Let me see. What is Mark Hamill's Joker? What's he look like? Yes! Like, cartoon animated Joker is what I want to try. We're gonna aim for that. Which means, let's go with, like... something like that. And then the nice rectangular eye. And then we'll give him that black eye bag because it looks interesting. How should we do this one this way? That way. Alright. Boom. Fill that in. Oh, I didn't want to fill it in yet because I want to delete the top parts. Oh my, this is turning out already very interesting. This will at least be, that's the challenge, is always trying to make unique Squidward art instead of making everything look the exact same. Alright, let's start with the mouth. Oh my gosh. I've created a monster and I'm very excited to see its final kind of version. Oh my gosh, what is this? This is starting to look like Spamton from that one video game. Alright, probably, I don't know if I should do hair for him, because Squidward never really wears hair. Wears? I realized I just said wears. His whole forehead is just angry eyebrow wrinkles. And then what else? I mean, is that his whole face, basically? I guess we got his teeth, which, oh boy, does this art style have freaky teeth. I've never done teeth in this kind of freaky style. Come on, Bat Sponge. What are you gonna do? Stop my clarinet? Alright. Wait, which way do the gums go? They go this way. What a mad lad here, huh? Who knew JChaseFilms could do unhinged art? It's not even that unhinged. It's just a guy. He's just a guy. What's wrong? Looks very intimidating. Good. That's what I would hope for. Alright, let's go ahead and start the colors. Oh my gosh. Doing the red eye like that would have been crazy. Let me go back to paint behind mode. I'm actually going to intentionally squiggle this because I feel like intentionally squiggling it would be interesting. Alright, you get some pink gums. Is pink good? Pink looks almost... I don't know if I like pink. I want like a reddish. Oh, that's visceral.
he's got like some sort of gum issue. That is not healthy. He definitely should brush his teeth more. He's called gingivitis. Yeah, there's no like indication. I guess we could use like green spots, and that's like the imitation of the green like that you normally get with the Joker. Because I realized that with him just being white, this is it looks like I just haven't colored it in. This is it's pretty intimidating. Let's just look at the Joker in general. Maybe take inspiration from other things. So yeah, I mean, the recent Joker did have a painted nose. A lot of them didn't, though. Alright, well, then the last thing I'll do is, I guess, draw a bit of a body. And I'm going to make this really exaggerated, too. We're going to have, like, here's a collar. And then, like, a pointy shoulder. And then the collar comes out the other side. And the pointy shoulder. And then, like, Adam's apple or something stupid. Is that uncomfortable yet? Alright, and now I guess I'll just go ahead and fill it in the actual color here. We'll get a dark green. Should we do dark green or purple? I'll do purple behind him. How's that? Oh gosh, well if I do that I have to fill in the rest of him with white. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. White. I realize I missed a gum. It's a weird gum placement. I'm gonna also grab like a slightly yellowish white or something for the teeth. Oh, that's an improvement. Oh, I hate it. It's an improvement. Should I make the pupils any bigger? No, they're good where they are. Done! Check that out! Properly finished and arguably... Oh no, there is one thing I messed up. I didn't get his neck. Alright! I will say, out of all the ones that I've have to actually like stick to the timer, with only missing the neck that time, I'm like on the spot. Yeah, thank you. I missed the spot with the gums. Can't resist the power by Clarinet forever. A Pennywise Squidward. I feel like it'll end up very similar to this. I can potentially add it, and we'll see. It probably won't happen. Who knows when it'll happen? So I'll add that in. Pennywise Squidward. All right, it is added in. I'm pretty happy with this. I feel like the only thing that could have improved this is if the background had a bit more texture. Like I could have gone in and I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and here, which way? Go down a bit. Add like a squiggle thing going on in here. Oh, it was in paint behind mode. Let me paint in front mode. So add like a squiggle. Fill it in. Make the color a little bit darker. Squiggle. Fill it in. Make it a little bit darker. And this will be the last squiggle. That is an improvement. That's basically the maximum version of like making this cool, and maybe scaling it up a bit because a lot of those squiggles get lost. Oh, there we go. There we go. Here, let me let you guys see this full screen for a second. Boom. There we are. That's something. That is something. Well, there we go, everybody. It's a bit.
Hope that we never see this in a SpongeBob in real life, where he actually goes full character here. This reminds me of that one character from the guy who does the haircutting in Courage the Cowardly Dog. There's a very creepy character I saw in it. There was a fan reanimated of it, and that's why I'm familiar that the character exists. But now I have a keyboard shortcut for saving images from last live stream, so I can actually save this with a keyboard shortcut, which is very, very nice. We go to our projects, live streaming, Squidward art. And this is our 21st Squidward art. Love it. Joker. Save. Awesome. Well, everybody. Let me go ahead and switch over to our final stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. We got a little of some fun music to sign off here today. Thank you for joining me. Bit of a more relaxed morning, and we didn't get to accomplish as much as I wished. It was only a couple hours, too. I'm nearly done with the shot, but I also want to just, like, tune into the work, like, listen to some music and focus in. So I think that's what I'm going to do next after I probably get some lunch, because, boy, am I hungry. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for keeping me awake, as always. And, that's it. That's the stream. I'll see you next time. The only thing I know that we have really scheduled is that this Wednesday I do want to go ahead and do the community game night. So, we got a community game night this Wednesday. I hope to see you there. Other than that, we'll have art streams every so often. I don't know. Just, we'll stream when we stream. I can't promise anything. Thanks for being here. I hope I see you all next time. And bye. Hey, have a good one, okay? Do it. Don't have a bad one. That's a threat. Bye.